distinguished guests and, importantly, students from the Newcastle Schools community. Welcome to the 53rd Annual Newcastle Combined Schools Anzac Service. This year we have chosen as our theme, Courage on the Kokoda Track, when World War II came so close to our shores.
Anzac Day traditionally commemorates the sacrifice of members of the Australian and New Zealand Armed Forces who have served and those who died in all wars and peacekeeping operations. It is held on the anniversary of the landing by the Australian and New Zealand Army Corps at Gallipoli in Turkey on the 25th of April 1915.
Shortly we'll be hearing a very well-known Australian tune called Waltzing Matilda. The words were written by the famous Australian poet Banjo Patterson during a shearers' strike in Queensland back in 1895.
Waltzing Matilda, waltzing Matilda, you come on waltzing Matilda with me, and you took me heard and heard by that tune. You come on waltzing Matilda with me.
Thank you, choir. On the map, you will be able to see how frightfully close New Guinea is to the top of Australia, just 300 kilometres away, half the distance between Sydney and Melbourne. Once the invaders had taken Port Moresby, Australia would be at their mercy. We were in big trouble. War, for the first time in our history, was literally on our doorstep. The Kokoda Track was where the subsequent struggle for control would take place over the next 7 months in the west and the mud on some of the most rugged, inhospitable terrain in the world.
One man was a key eyewitness to the Kokoda campaign, and he had a camera. This man was Damien Para. Already a talented film cameraman, Para was sent to film the war effort in Papua New Guinea. Holding his camera in one hand and film in the other, he struggled up the same slopes as our man. He took all the same risks, and as a result, captured the essence of the entire campaign. From his raw footage, he created a newsreel, a mini documentary to be shown back home in cinemas all over Australia. He called the film Kokoda Frontline. He has given all of Australia a remarkable gift. He has allowed us to remember. We will now see Damien Para's film, Kokoda Frontline.
Coming out after 6 weeks in contact with the enemy, battle-scarred militia troops who have upheld the proudest traditions of the Australian Army. They have suffered fearful privations, fighting day and night. Their casualties have not been light, but they've carried on. This is war, the real thing. The utter weariness of sorely tried men is evident in their faces, but they've won their spurs. Quietly they accept praise for the job they've done, but they don't forget the cobbers who did not come back with them. Men are sweating, suffering, dying in that jungle, so that it cannot happen here. Are they getting all the support they deserve from the mines, from the factories, from the ordinary civilian? Can every man and woman in this country truthfully say, I've done all I can, given all I can?
I've seen the war, and I know what your husbands, your sweethearts and brothers are going through. If only everybody in Australia could realise that this country is in peril, that the Japanese are a well-equipped and dangerous enemy, we might forget about the trivial things and go ahead with the job of licking them.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please stand as we welcome 90-year-old veteran Australian Army Chaplain, the Reverend Roy Bottom. We salute your service.
Please be seated.
Thursday night, Australian battalion was rushed up the track from Port Moresby with orders to
Stop the invasion of the Anzac and Kokoda! The Kokoda Track has been seen as some of the most ferocious hand-to-hand fighting of the Pacific War. Now you might believe what I'm saying. You may think that I've never been. Who the hell do I trying to picture?
as a violent fright was seen.
For I've seen men tired and exhausted and hardly able to walk.
I've seen that weary and despondent, but they couldn't be bothered to talk.
With their eyes weary and weathered, their faces haggard and worn.
They sit on the side of a native pad and wish they'd never been born. I've seen them that sick and despondent, that were never a sign of mirth.
We wish you were down safe. You said this hell on earth.
Straining, sweating, swearing, climbing the mountainside, just 5 minutes to the top! My God, how that fellow lied.
Splashing through mud and water, stumbling over yards.
One falls by the wayside when going is extra hard.
On and on they keep climbing, hour after hour of toil, and when the word comes back to halt, they collapse in the muddy soil.
Now this might sound fantastic to a man that's never been.
Over that rough and tortuous mountain track, through the jungle of green.
So all of you who don't believe me, who think it sounds so strange, just go yourself and try the crossing of the Owen Stanley Range.
Courage.
Endurance.
Mateship, sacrifice.
Thank you to the drama students from Lansing High School Preliminary Drama Class for their interpretation of Courage on the Kokoda Track.
Catapult party, rest on arms, reverse.
I call upon the Guard Commander, Cadet Sergeant Rory James of the 321st Squadron, Australian Air Force Cadet, to explain the role of cadets in today's ceremony.
These four people and I are members of what the armed services call a catapult party. Traditionally, a catapult is a raised structure upon which a coffin is placed for display before burial. A catapult may also be used on ceremonial occasions like today and Anzac Day as a shrine of remembrance. 4 armed sentries guard it as a sign of respect.
We now come to the time in our ceremony when the traditional elements of the Anzac service are performed. The first is the laying of tribute. Flowers have been traditionally laid on graves and memorials in memory of the dead. While the tributes are being laid, a bagpiper will play a special Scottish tune for mourning and remembrance, called the Lament. The bagpiper is 12-year-old Stan Creed from Macquarie College, who is a member of the City of Newcastle RSL Pipe Band. I invite Lord Mayor, Councillor John Tate, to lay the first tribute on behalf of Newcastle.
The next part of our ceremony is the reading of the Ode of Remembrance. This is a verse taken from a longer poem called For the Fallen by Lawrence Binyon. It was selected in 1919 to unveil a monument in London. Sarah Bugbird from Hamilton South School will read the Ode of Remembrance. We all will respond at the end of the reading by saying the words, "Lest we forget.
They went with songs to the battle, they were young, straight of limb, true of eye, steady and aglow. They were staunch to the end against odds uncounted, they fell with their faces to the foe. They shall not grow old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the setting down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them, lest we forget.
We will now hear the last post. This is played by a bugle and mark the end of the Soldiers' Day. The last post was then incorporated into funeral and memorial services as a farewell. It symbolises that the duty of the dead is over and that they can rest in peace.
Bugler, sound the last post.
Please bow your heads so that we can have 1 minute silence. This is a sign of respect to those who gave their lives for our country and to think about why we are here. Would you please stand? Look to the flagpoles in a moment and you will see the flags being raised to the mastheads. While this is being done, the bugle will play Reveille, which is a get-up call. It symbolises an awakening of a better world.
Bugler, sound Reveille.
Please remain standing and join the vocalists from Sub-brances Xavier College, accompanied by St Pius 10th High School Choir and the Department of Education and Training Wind Ensemble to sing the Australian National Anthem.
Distinguished guests, students, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to acknowledge all of those who were mentioned earlier in the service, their presence, and I'd like to thank each of you for being here. Finally, and most importantly, sincere thanks to the students of Newcastle schools who have participated in and attended this service each and every year for the past 53 years. It's a great Newcastle tradition. Can I say on behalf of the citizens of Newcastle to the students here today and those who brought this to us, we are very, very proud of you.
Thank you, Lord Mayor. I will now invite Mr Norm Babbage, Newcastle District Councillor, RSL of Australia, to speak on behalf of the Newcastle ex-service community.
Well, what can I say? Haven't they done a wonderful job, these kids? There's no doubt about it.
Chief Executive Officer of the Newcastle Permanent Building Society, to speak on behalf of the sponsors.
My Lord Mayor, Mr Babbage, distinguished guests, servicemen and women, ex-servicemen and women, students, ladies and gentlemen. It's an honour to be here today to represent Newcastle Permanent at this 92nd anniversary Anzac Day commemoration service. On behalf of Newcastle Permanent, my congratulations to the students for their extremely high quality of their performance today in what has been a moving and memorable occasion and which has made for a very special Anzac remembrance.
Thank you, Lord Mayor, Mr Babbage and Mr Reed-Smith. My Lord Mayor, distinguished guests and fellow students, this concludes the 2007 Newcastle Combined Schools Anzac Day service. Please remain seated for the departure of the catapult party.
Catapult party, by the left, quick!